Your pathetic rebellion ends here.
Hey guys, and welcome back to Battlefront Updates. Today we got the insane launch trailer for Star Wars Battlefront, containing so much juicy cinematics and gameplay it's hard to know where to start. I've already watched the trailer at least 5 times and I was unsure where to actually start, so I'm basically gonna do an analysis of the whole trailer scene by scene to make sure that we don't miss out on any important parts at all. So let's get straight into it. The trailer starts off with the Emperor's awesome narration on top of this short Tatooine clip. Not much new stuff in this scene except for this classic Tatooine house that we see in the background. Moving on, we get to see what I guess is Walker assault on Sullust. We can see a couple of stormtroopers overlooking the two AT-ATs. One of the stormtroopers looks like he's actually wielding the mortar launcher from the old Battlefront games, but it might just be some sort of blaster that I don't know of. Something that caught my interest is the fact that the two AT-ATs actually walk on a line compared to Hoth Walker assault where the two walkers are separated. This probably means that the matches will look quite differently. At the start of this scene we can also see a hangar in the back, which I'm also guessing is a part of the map. In the next scene we get to see a quick glimpse of a couple of rebels talking to Admiral Akbar through a hologram, and it looks like they're about to ambush a couple of stormtroopers in an Imperial hangar. I'm unsure if this hologram is actually a part of the gameplay or if it's just added to make the trailer more cinematic. Moving on, we get to see a rebel running through Echo Base and stopping to admire the currently parked Millennium Falcon. But we also get to see this gonk droid right below the Falcon, so my guess is that this is our first glimpse of the droid run game mode where you need to capture these moving gonk droids in order to win the game. After that we get thrown straight into action on Sullust Walker assault again, but from the rebels perspective. At this point we can actually see that the two AT-ATs are split up. So my guess is that their path might split after a while in the match. If you look carefully you can actually spot what I think is the Executor in the background, Darth Vader's flagship, or it could just be a normal Super Star Destroyer. Something else worth noting here is the female Twi'lek shown in the scene. Something present throughout this whole trailer is the customization of the rebels. They are all different age, color, gender and races, and I will mention all of the races shown throughout the trailer. As you probably know by now, these different races will be unlockable in the game for you to customize your character with. In the next scene we get thrown into Endor where we can see two Imperials quickly flying by on their speeder bikes. Something very interesting here is that we can see a Rodian rebel beside the player, and if you listen carefully you can actually hear that his or her voice sounds really weird. So it seems like some of the different races might actually have unique voices attached to them as well. Straight after this, both of the rebels jump packs up onto the Ewok villages where the battle is raging between the stormtroopers and rebels. And if you look carefully you can also spot an AT-AT in the background. I think it's gonna be really cool to actually be able to be above the AT-ATs as the rebels and be out of harm's way from the cannons. Next up we have another shot of Walker assault or supremacy from Tatooine, and here we can yet again see the two walkers walking in a line, which is very interesting. And to the left we have an entrance to what looks almost like some sort of mine. And now, this is when the epic shit starts. Leia enters the battle, shortly followed by Boba Fett, and we also get to see it from a player's perspective wielding the EE3 carbine. Leia puts up her improved Squad Shield I've talked about earlier, and as you can see it has a slightly different color compared to the normal Squad Shield, which is nice as it will distinguish the two from each other. And well, here's one of my favorite scenes in the trailer, and I think anyone who has watched the movies don't really need an explanation for this. This really gives us a great look of this Tatooine map, as we can see the houses, cliffs in the background, and the fact that the Sarlacc pit will be making a return in Battlefront, which is just awesome. We can also spot Jabba's sail barge in the background, but my guess is that that is just for the background and that it's not actually on the map. The next couple of scenes are simply Hoth Walker assault gameplay that we have already seen a lot from the beta, so no point in going into detail there. The two interesting things to note though is that we can actually see a Sabrak and Duros rebel right here, which is really awesome as it means more races for us to choose from. Next up we have another epic scene narrated by the Emperor as Darth Vader enters what looks like some sort of hangar and then quickly kills the human and Duros rebels. You can actually see that the Duros rebel wields some sort of bowcaster, which is really interesting to see, so it's obviously not only Chewbacca who uses that weapon. Vader then continues his rampage and kills a Korran and Sabrak rebel if you look carefully. It also looks like Vader actually got some more speed compared to the beta, as he was not at all this fast in the beta. Shortly after that we hear Han saying "now it's my turn," after which he uses his shoulder charge ability to kill a couple of snowtroopers and then face off against Vader. But it looks like it probably didn't end too well for Han, considering that Vader blocked all of his shots. In the next scene we got our first quick glimpse of the speeder bike gameplay, which looks fantastic. It's very short though, but at least we get to see how it probably looks from the player's perspective. The following scene shows a really epic shot of fighter squadron from Tatooine, including the Millennium Falcon. What makes me so pumped about this is the fact that a big ass rebel transport ship is right there in the battle for us to interact with. I was worried that they were only gonna be in the background at first. It seems like this map is also played in a night/evening mode, which makes it look even better. In the next couple of scenes we get a cool glimpse of some of the indoor maps of Star Wars Battlefront. First off we have this one, which looks like some sort of Hoth ice cave system with a bunch of staircases and so on. The next scene I'm honestly unsure on which planet it is, because it looks like some sort of generator, judging by the big poles on the side with electricity coming out of the top, so my guess would be for Endor. And then we have the final, most epic scene in the whole trailer. First off we get to see Luke force pushing a couple of stormtroopers to their death, and we also get a really good glimpse of this stunning Endor night map. Just take a look at the lake, environments, and even the Ewok villages in the background. Then the whole trailer finishes off with the epic clash of Emperor Palpatine versus Luke, with the Death Star shown in the background. Well, this trailer really showcased everything I wanted from a launch trailer: all the heroes and villains, vehicles, night maps, and so on. Please let me know in the comments below what your favorite part of the trailer was. Well, that brings this video to an end. Make sure to drop a like if you enjoyed the video and subscribe for extensive Battlefront coverage. I will see you guys soon again, and as always, may the Force be with you.